guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you are new, I am Anna Maria and you are watching Miracle Orchids, the place you can learn everything there is to know about growing orchids. So in this video we are going to talk about repotting Cattleya orchids and which is the correct time to repot them for maximizing their chance to adapt in their new environment as fast as possible. Then I am going to give you my care tips for these orchids, and actually this one and this one will be potted in semi-hydro and this one in water culture, so stay tuned for that. And remember, if you want more tutorials like this 7 days a week, go ahead and click that subscribe button over here so you know when I upload something new. And with that being said, we are going to start the repotting. I have quite a few orchids to repot today. I'm doing more videos at once because I have really a lot of new orchids and they all need repotting now that it is summer and they are growing fast. Okay, so I'm going to squeeze a bit the pot to detach the roots. And I think it's a bit stuck. Oh my god, they have so good roots. Look at this. This is nice. I hope I will not damage them too much. I also have a very good new root activity. I hope you see I have a new root here, one here, here a few more, and this is the perfect time to repot orchids in a new setup, because the new roots will grow and take off the pot, the new medium, actually quite fast, which would mean most probably that in about 1 month they will already start to take off maybe even 50% of the pot, so the orchid can actually rely completely on the new roots, just in case the old ones will not adapt. So yeah, I will try to remove this medium as gently as I can. I don't want to make wounds in the roots if I can avoid that. The medium is very decomposed, and actually I have even mold activity, but I have also very good roots, so yeah, I am quite excited about this orchid. I did manage to ID her. This is very fragrant and it reminds me of my Cattleya Orchids Apple Blossom Pink, and this is because they have a common parent which does seem to have passed the fragrance to her seedlings, which is quite nice. I probably should have soaked better the orchid prior to repotting. The thing is, I did water her, but with so many roots she has absorbed all the water. So yeah, really nice orchid, really good looking. I will go ahead actually and put the scissors in alcohol, because very soon I will start to cut off the dead roots. Okay, so I will put them here to sterilize them. Quite often at the base of the orchid, where the oldest pseudobulbs are, you will find dead roots. Those will be there because those are the oldest ones, which usually don't really adapt very well, and they will die, which is normal, as I said. This orchid even has the plug with moss from when she was a seedling, so well, make sure it's completely sterilized and start to cut the roots which are dead. The roots which are dead will seem hollow or empty inside. If you pull away on the root, you will remain with a sort of a string behind, which is the actual root, and those ones can be cut off safely because they are dead. I did not find snails on this orchid as for yet, and I don't see any root tips being munched, so that is nice. Usually all new orchids have snails, but this one got away. I see a new root tip which touched the medium, and it got blacked, and this is because the medium is very decomposed, it's very acidic, and the root tip didn't like that. It is very important to keep your orchids in fresh medium if you use organic medium such as moss or bark. And I say that because the orchids will not appreciate at all an acidic environment. Orchids like to have a pH of the medium from 5.5 to 6.5 or even 7, and an acidic medium would be below 5.5, which will stop the orchid from absorbing calcium. So usually orchids, when they are bought, they are already in decomposed medium, and that means that they already have a deficiency of calcium, which I talk more in a video where I explain which are the signs of calcium deficiency and how to correct that. And if you want to know more about this thing, I will put you a link in the description of this video, and you should go and check that out. Ever since I started to supplement calcium on my orchids are growing so much better, and I have better blooms, better roots, and better growth in general, which is really nice. Okay, so I'm almost there. I have only a few pieces attached. And this is pretty much all I can do for my orchid at this point. I have only one more piece of bark in here, but this cannot be detached without damaging the roots, so I will just leave it there. The next step, because I have already cut off the dead roots, would be to spray the orchid with hydrogen peroxide 3%, which will kill any snails that might be on this orchid, although I don't see any signs of that. And after it finishes fizzing, I will go ahead and rinse the root system from any of this dust. So we'll put it here and spray it really well. We'll insist more on the base because there is a very high chance to be snails or snail eggs there. Next one will be this one. This also have a very good roots starting, so it will adjust fast. It has a new growth also, and On this one I did saw some snails, so this one oh my god, how many roots it has. Really nice. Okay, so it does seem to be quite healthy. I'm very happy to see this. Same type of medium, a bit more decomposed though. So I will gently remove the pieces of bark. This is a very good sign. This orchid seems to be branching a lot. I was not able to identify this orchid, but I will put you a pop-up with a picture with this orchid in bloom. Maybe you can help me. She is a very golden color, yellowish color on the petals and sepals, very nice. And on the lip it has a red lip with a stripe of yellow on the middle. Really interesting and very beautiful. And she is also fragrant, but you can only feel her fragrance if you stick your nose into the orchid, which means that she is not the fragrance is not very powerful, but still fragrant, very nice, floral, sweet, quite nice. I love orchids which are fragrant, and cattleyas in general. Actually, from 200 orchids, I think 100 minimum, if not more, are cattleyas. So that is how much I like them. So as a comparison, I have watered both orchids at the same time. This one still has wet roots, so she did not absorb the water yet, and the other one already dried up. So imagine how different they are. They had the same tray, they were watered the same way, but one absorbed the same quantity of water faster than the other one. So quite interesting. Sometimes I like to cut roots as I go along, because they help me with repotting with orchids which are let's say pot bound, because I can better see what I am doing if I have more space. I'm not sure if you get bored by my repottings, but right now I have a lot of them to do, because I bought so many new orchids and I just cannot keep them for a longer period of time in this medium. And look, another snail. So yeah, they are very small, and at first as a beginner you might not be able to recognize the signs. I might actually do a video about snails and their effect on orchids, how to recognize the signs of snail infestation and what you can do to limit their damage. Would you be interested in that? Let me know in the comment section below. And this orchid actually suffers from a fungal infection because of the very decomposed medium. We can see that here on the base of the leaves I have some black markings. This is because the medium is very acidic, is decomposed, and it promotes fungal activities. I will go ahead and clean off the dead sheets as well, because there can be pests hiding. And my camera is getting out of memory again, so I will go ahead and spray this one as well. Rinse the root system, and I will come back when I have more battery on my camera. Okay guys, and here I am back. I will actually start with the Cattleya in waterculture. Here she is. I cleaned off her roots. They look really good. but this orchid was really bad in that medium was super decomposed. I think it is one of the most decomposed mediums I have ever seen, and it still smells a bit funky. And what I find with orchids which have sit in a very decomposed medium, it is that in time the toxins that are accumulated in the roots will tend to come off in the water and will make it more dirty faster. So what I think it is that normally I would put more pebbles. I will put the pebbles somewhere until here, and then the orchid will sit up something like this, but I don't have any more. I will have more coming, and I will put you a link down below for the pebbles that I use, or they are called actually gel balls. So this orchid will be sitting in full water culture, and as I said, only 1/4 of the roots will stay in water. Later on, when I will have more gel balls, I will add them, but until then I will leave it like that. And I will make sure to provide lots of calcium for this orchid, because I am sure she has calcium deficiency. Also, she has a lot of new roots starting, which touched the medium, and the tip died back because the medium was so decomposed. But she has 2 new growths there, and one more I'm sure will start from this new growth, which also has a sheath. So she will be sitting like this. I will go ahead and put some fertilized water in there. What else? This is the yellow Cattleya. She has a lot of roots. I cleaned her off, but she has such a good root system that I will not really be able to put them on top of the reservoir, or actually I will. So I will go ahead and fill up the reservoir with medium. Something like this, and I will make sure to push up the back bulbs as close to the rim of the pot as possible, because I want to leave as much space as I can for new growth on this side. So I will gently put the roots there, turn it a bit, and keep it something like this, because she has at least 2 directions of growth. So now I will go ahead and fill up the pot. Okay, and now this Cattleya is pretty much done. I don't have many air gaps, only a few, but I cannot do anything about those for now. This orchid will go outdoors. My Cattleyas absolutely love to grow outside. They push up roots really fast. They have lots of new growths and sheets and blooms. So she will go outside next to my other Cattleyas. They receive shade during the strong sunlight hours. So that is nice. This one, even though is in bloom, is super fragrant, and I needed to repot her because the roots started to grow really nice there, and I needed to make sure that they will get directly into fresh medium, not into this decomposed old one. So yeah, she looks really good. She doesn't have a lot of branches, actually none at all, but in semi-hydro, in my experience, my Cattleyas start to grow super fast root branches, so that is nice. I will put her here, and again fill up the reservoir. About this is enough. I will push up all the pseudobulbs to the base of the pot, so I have more space for. Okay, Okay guys, so now this is also done. She looks really well in this setup, only that she needs a bit of staking, so she stays upright like this until she gets a good hold on the medium. The blooms are absolutely lovely. This orchid is able to produce up to 11 blooms per spike, so she is a cluster bloomer, let's say, and her blooms are super fragrant. Really love them. As I said, this one will be filled until here with water, and this one is in semi-hydro, looking super good. I don't know what else to tell you, so if you have any questions, please leave them in the comment section below. And if you haven't yet, please subscribe to my channel to stay up to date with all my orchid videos. Thank you very much for watching, and see you all next time. Bye!